Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And we are in the final week of the NFL season. Sad to say, but I will say this. As a Bears fan, this is usually a tough time for me. I'm having a good time being a Bears fan right now. But all that aside, it is time to give my power rankings heading into the final week of the 2025-26 NFL regular season. Bittersweet for some fans. I'm so used to it, so I understand that. It's time to get these teams' rankings heading into week 18. Without further ado, let's dive into it. All right, these are my rankings from last week. I don't know what's going to change. I usually do these kind of videos on the fly. But here are my rankings from last week regardless. Let's get into it this week. First up, we had the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. I had the Cowboys at C. And I think I'm going to move them up to a B. I had the Commanders at D, and I'm going to leave it there. Cowboys, a little too late with the run, but they have a lot to build towards in the future. Commanders, too many injuries, and the defense regressed. And it didn't look good. They had themselves in the game against the Cowboys with Josh in the quarterback, but it was just, they couldn't overcome the defensive woes in the way the Dallas Cowboys offense was explosive. Next is the Minnesota Vikings getting an upset win versus Detroit Lions. I'm keeping the Vikings at C, and I'm moving the Lions down to C. The Lions have been kind of one of those inconsistent teams most of the year, which is why it's played themselves out of the playoffs. Offensively, they can be explosive at times, and then we see times, especially against Minnesota, where they're self-destruct. Vikings defense turned it up, even though their passing game has been struggling with the injuries of quarterback position all year and the young quarterback Bronsmer. They did enough to win this game, and their defense turned the ball over so much that the Lions couldn't do anything. Next is the Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I am keeping the Broncos at A, very close contested contest, and the Chiefs I am keeping at a C. Chiefs, kind of like a lot of other teams that's out of the playoffs, been inconsistent, struggling on offense, struggling in defense, sucks that Mahomes is out. And then we're talking about a playoff team in caliber. The Broncos clinched the AFC West, still have a little bit of a run at the number one seed. But I just feel that this Broncos offense, at times, can sputter a bit. I like both Knicks. They have been solid with the running game. It sucks that J.K. Dobbins is out. The defense has been keeping them in a lot of ball games. I just hate that offense is sporadic at times. At times. Other than that, very good football team. Then we have Saturday's games, the Houston Texans versus the LA Chargers. I'm keeping the Texans at A. I love their defense. Defense gets after you, turn the football over, fly around the football, very fast defense, get out the quarterback. And the Chargers, I'm not the ass. Chargers keep it A. Their problem is they can't protect Herbert. Also another problem is they are inconsistent on offense. Defensively, they have their moments where they can turn you the football over, and then they have moments where they let up a lot of yards. So, keeping them at A for now. Next is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Green Bay Packers. I'm putting the Packers at B. I keep them there. This team is reeling a little bit. A lot of it is injuries. But ever since they lost Parsons, they haven't won a game. And Derrick Henry ran the football down their throats, which I'm moving them up to a B. The way that this offense performed, even without Lamar, has been something a lot of fans have been calling for all season. You get a guy like Derrick Henry to kind of bull through the later parts of the year, carry your team, not carry the team, I'm saying, like he did this past week, but your offense, if you know you can exploit it, continue to pound Derrick Henry down the throat. And that's what they're doing. And I'm not going to give my pick away for their game this week, but they're strongly looking like a team I could possibly pick. Then we have Sunday's game, Cincinnati and Arizona. Arizona's been a bad football team all year. Hard to watch. Cincy, I think without Burrow injury, would be a lot better football team. Defense still sucks, but this game was just basically the Bengals just controlling the entire game. The entire game, and the Cardinals, I think they're going to have to get a quarterback this whole season. Kyler Murray isn't it, even if he's been out. I still think it's time for them to change heads of quarterback and maybe start to rebuild a tiny bit. Next is the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Browns still at D. Steelers, I had them at B. I'm going to keep them there. I am one that this Steelers team is consistently inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get from this football team week to week. Some weeks on offense, they can look good. Some weeks on defense, they can look good. And then some weeks on both, they look bad like they did against the Browns. Offense couldn't muster much. DK Metcalf being suspended doesn't help that either. They didn't muster much of a running game. Their defense played okay. And then the Browns, their defense has been carrying them a lot this year. Their offense, I think once they start to get more pieces in there, we can look at them in a different offense. And once they find a way to get Deshaun Watson's contract off the books, but that's another conversation down the line. Saints and Titans, I'm putting them at D. Two bad football teams. I do like the fact that you got Tyler Shaw that can grow into a potential franchise quarterback. There is something there with him. Same as Cam Ward. I think once you surround both of these guys, especially the Titans, with more, you're going to see a different football team. But this game, New Orleans really played well. Defensively, they made some turnovers. And the Titans are just, Titans.
Yo, what's up, guys? APW Sports here, and today's video is being brought to you by ExpressVPN. Now, there's a few things I really like about having ExpressVPN. One, I feel protected. Being on the internet a lot as a content creator, or being on the internet period, especially in the 2025 modern era, you're going to need protections from hackers. You're going to need protections from your passwords. You're going to need protections from your vital credit card, vital personal information. ExpressVPN does an excellent job of protecting you. And also, if things happen to slip or if things have been exposed before, you will get alerts to your phone that will let you know that things have been exposed to the dark web and that you should take action. And then another thing that I really like about it is that you can unlock more of Netflix. Now, me personally, if you guys don't know, I am a big WWE fan. And since the WWE has a partnership with Netflix in the international areas, you can get your PLEs, you can get your Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all things WWE on Netflix. Best thing to do, switch your location to say a Canada, to say a United Kingdom, and bam, there you go. You have all your access to your WWE content, and it unlocks more things that necessarily United States does not carry. And that is another thing that I really love about ExpressVPN. So to get yours today and get 3 months free, click the link below and use code APW Sports at checkout to get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. You will not regret that at all. Best investment you will ever make. Protect yourself and unlock more television on Netflix to watch. Now, we're going to get back to this video.
Colts and Jaguars. Jaguars, I'm keeping them at S. Colts, they haven't won a game since, I think, week 10, 11. They have a lot of injuries. Quarterback position being one. That Phillip Rivers run was fun. I'm not going to lie, but it didn't do so much. Defensively, they've been outmatched. This team has just fell from a cliff. From what they were earlier in the season to what they fell into. A tale of two half in football games. This is literally a tale of two half in seasons. And then we're talking about the Jaguars. I believe in their defense. They play very well. Trevor Lawrence has been playing a lot better down the stretch. ETN, the way they've been running the football. This Jaguars team could be a very dangerous football team. Very dangerous football team. Next is going to be the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm sorry, I'm keeping the Buccaneers at C, and I'm keeping the Dolphins at C as well. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers football team, even when we thought guys were going to get back healthy and getting guys back healthy, has not worked. Dolphins, they have been playing a lot better without Tua, or they've been playing a lot better offensively, period. And their defense made some plays. The Buccaneers are the team I'm talking about the most because they're the ones still in it. They have just been bad. Hard football team to watch. I know that, like I said, it's a bunch of injuries, but they have just been very, very hard to watch. Very hard to watch. Next is the New England Patriots versus New York Jets. Maye can possibly have cemented himself away in MVP the way he played against the Jets. And I mean, that was a perfection of a game from Maye in that offense. Defensively, we know what they've been. But I think their inability to stop the run at times could cost them in the playoffs. But the Jets, they have a lot. They have a lot to do. And I think Aaron Glenn is the right coach for the rebuild of this football team, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Next is Seattle versus Carolina. I had Seattle at S. Going to keep them there. Carolina, I had them at B, and I'm going to keep them there. But Sam Darnold and that offense does weary me just a tad bit. Carolina's offense can be inconsistent at times as well. Both defenses, Seattle's is magnificent, and the way the Carolina's defense can be in potential at times, I just think offensively, if they can't have those games where they sputter, and they can't do that this week with the division on the line. Can't do that this week. Next is the Giants and Vegas Raiders. Two terrible football teams. The Giants are the better of them. I think the Raiders, it's time for them to go get a quarterback. It's time for them to go get a quarterback. The Giants, they've been hampered by a lot of injuries, especially on offense. So I think there's growth. Depending on what head coach they hire, but that's more tough for the offseason, and we're heading there with these football teams. But with this game in particular, Raiders couldn't do too much, and Geno Smith gets hurt, and it looks like the Giants just basically overpowered them. Next is the Eagles and the Bills. Eagles at A, Bills at A, but I question things on both these football teams. I question the Eagles' consistency offensively, which we haven't seen all season, and that worries me going into the playoffs. The Bills, their inability, I want to say, at times on defense because they played well against the Eagles. And I think a little bit of that is the Eagles kind of shoot themselves in the foot with the way that they're scheming. And Buffalo, if Josh Allen isn't healthy, this team is not going anywhere. And we've seen that he would be hampered by the foot injury in parts of this ball game. So if he's not healthy, this Bills team has no chance. And let's be real. He has to be Superman for this Bills team to have a chance. Wide receiver position still lacks things for me. Defensively, they still have been inconsistent, even though they played better in the second half. I'm still worried about this Bills team, and you guys know I'm a Josh Allen fan. Next is my Bears versus the 49ers. I'm still keeping the Bears in the A. 49ers, I kind of want to move this team up to S. And I think I will. Even though 49ers defense is questionable, we've seen how great Caleb Williams is able to play. Their defense, not been very good. Offensively, they have just been on complete fire. Complete fire as the 49ers offense. And if that defense like we said about the Cowboys earlier in the season, if the defense can muster even to get themselves in the middle of a pack type of a defense where it's not great, but it can get some stops, 49ers team will be dangerous. For the Bears, I said in my reaction, you guys check that out. I wasn't mad. The problem with the Bears has been a problem I've been noticing all season. And this game was a game where it got exposed, and that is pass rush. Montez Sweat hasn't looked the same. Austin Booker did have a solid game, but the pass rush of this Bears defensive line has been bad all season, and it's been helped mask the big bad takeaways that we've been having. Even with the first play of the game, it was a takeaway. But offensively, we know what this Bears team can be. Very explosive. Gary Danger is going to be in the playoffs. If we don't get takeaways and we didn't rush the quarterback at all, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Bears. Then the last game is the Rams and the Falcons. I'm dropping the Rams to an A, and I'm keeping the Falcons at C. Bijan Robinson he's very special. Very special of a running back. Very special talent. And then when we're talking about the LA Rams, yes, they did come back themselves in this ball game. I still believe in the Rams as a very good football team, but that was a completely bad showing, especially in that first half. They did do a little bit in the second half, But it was a bit inconsistent. Even though I still believe in this Rams team to be a very good quality football team and out in the playoffs. That did not look good. That defense did not look good. But these are my rankings for the last week 18 regular season. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Wishing you guys a happy new year. Love you guys. Stay safe out there. And I will see you in 2026. Peace.